Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second episode of TriTechX podcast. In this podcast, we host startup founders from America. So you guys know what it's like to work on a startup. And today our guest is Jack. Jack, please tell us about yourself. Give us a little introduction.
Yes, so my name is Jack Ogle. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Rack.com. At Rack.com, we repurpose the things you love. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
that's about it.
absolutely. So I'm gonna start in with my questions. Okay, so at rack.com, so what you guys do is pick up stuff from people who don't want to give it away, who have no use it for them, and just donate it to your own charities or non-profits. You guys know how does that work?
Exactly. So what we do is we charge a fee for removal and donation of large items and also small items, but mostly large furniture items that are hard to donate or find a new home for. We've also aggregated a large community of people in need of furniture here in California, in the Bay Area specifically. So we'll pick a piece of furniture or, maybe an appliance up from a house in the Bay Area, and then we'll communicate with our network of people in need. So these include immigrants to the U.S., migrants, refugees, and the recently housed. And then we will communicate with them and take it directly from the previous owner to the new owner.
If you don't just mind me asking, I mean, how do you come in contact with these people who are in need of this furniture and appliances?
That's a great question. So we've been able to find these small pockets of people who are in need of this furniture through friends, actually. So just having friends at a local college, we've been able to get in like a roommates group chat, for example, and we may post some items, and then like a roommate final group chat, post some items, and then from there we spin off our own groups, and then people basically can add themselves because it's just a typical group chat now, and we're building the software out for that as we speak. But right now it's just kind of the hack together method. So
Yeah, so one person knows another, and the third person knows. So it's like a chain. It goes. Yeah,
exactly, it's all word of mouth.
yeah. It's nice, a nice way to get around, before building the entire solution. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
smart. So I went to your website, and right now, of course, as you already said, you're just operating in San Francisco, right?
That's correct. Yes.
You and Jonathan are doing this yourself, or do you also have a crew or an operations team for this?
That's a great point. So we're a really lean team. The only employees of the company right now are the founders, John and I. Um, we are building a team as we speak of people who we can ping for on-demand service. So we are aggregating people with trucks and people who can lift heavy things to help us execute these jobs.
Okay, yeah. So it's more, more jobs for such people. Okay. Okay, and just to clear myself on this, RACT is not a non-profit, right? It will be making money through commissions or something like that, through
That's
fees
correct. Ract is a for-profit.
or profit. But it is helping the environment, society through its business mission and things like that.
Exactly. We believe that pretty much every item we get, we can either donate or repurpose.
Yeah, and okay, so yeah, so one of my questions is like, can only individuals with furniture they do not want to use or have no use for can use your service, or offices or shops maybe who have maybe have some appliances or furniture which they do not need, can they also use your service?
Yes, Ract has the capability to service consumers as well as businesses. So we're open to everyone, and there's no job that's too big. We can service everyone.
Okay. And what is the size of the truck which you guys are currently using?
So that's a good point. So we currently use pickup trucks. However, if you have a big order, we can source multiple pickup trucks. So if you have a big order, we can do as many pickup trucks as it takes. And we have, like I said, we have this pool of pickup truck drivers and helpers that we can draw from and source on demand.
Okay, so Jack, tell me a little bit about this. How do you guys come know about these? Pick drivers, truck owners. Like, was any of your family member affiliated with this business or something like that?
No, no, not at all. So it's basically friends. So we were recently college students. So we have a lot of friends who are young and hungry in the Bay Area, and they, need work on the side in addition to what they do. And this is a pretty good gig where you can go and make some money on the side with your pickup truck and. Yeah, so that's kind of how we started that, and it's also been word of mouth too.
And right now, any job comes which is just needs a pickup truck. You and Jonathan yourself are picking up those items and delivering it to people in need, right?
Yeah, so the majority of so like I said, we're a lean team, so we have been doing pickups, but like I said, we're growing this team to service all of the needs as we grow. So as we scale and as we grow, we are scaling and growing the network of drivers, and we call them haulers. So a driver and a hauler pair up, and they can go and service as many people as we can get.
Okay, you mentioned growing and scaling. So, would it be wrong to assume that you guys are bootstrapping this right now?
No, that's correct. We are currently bootstrapping.
And do you guys plan to raise money and something like that?
100%. Yes. Yes. We plan to raise money pretty much as soon as we hit product market fit. So as soon as we get that product where we want it to be, so John and I are software engineers. So we're building the product as we are scaling it. So we're trying to move as fast as we can to get to product market fit. And then from there, we go to Sand Hill Road, just down the road from here. I'm located in Mountain View right now. So Sand Hill Road is just a few minutes away, just down the street, and we will go raise money.
Yeah. You guys are in a pretty good location, to raise money and do this type of stuff. You like Mountain View. I assume Mountain View is very close to Silicon Valley, Bay Area.
Yes, Mountain View is in Silicon Valley.
Yeah, so that's a perfect location to be in. To start a tech company. And it was in one of my questions to who built the solution, the engineers behind it, and you just said yourself, you and Jonathan are building it yourself.
Yes, that's correct. So in terms of roles in the company, so we're both software engineers, right? So we both are self-taught. Right now, I am the CEO and I handle all sales and marketing. And John handles all of the product, or not the product, but the technical side. So he's the technical guy who puts all the pieces together.
Okay, you said you both of you guys are self-taught.
Yes. So
That's
yes, we're yeah. So in school, so we went to the University of Chicago, and we neither of us majored in computer science. I majored in data science and economics. So I got some computer science, and I can program, and but I self-taught all web development and software development. And I guess also if you major in computer science, they're not going to teach you web development or app development. And so, but yeah, so I studied data science, economics. John studied economics and biology, but he's very doggedly self-taught.
Yeah. few of my friends who also did computer science in their colleges, they also say that they learn everything on their own. The colleges didn't teach them; they only taught them the concepts and maths or something like that. But the web development part, they taught themselves.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And you mentioned web development. I gotta mention this. The design of rag.com, it's pretty great. It's so minimalistic, and the amount of information it displays, it's just perfect. To absorb all of it. So I gotta compliment you about on the design. Who thought of it?
We thought of what design part are you talking about?
The colors and just the intuitiveness of it, the buttons.
Yes, so that was a team effort. So one night we sat down, we had a brainstorming session. We had to redesign the logo, so you see it here. So we redesigned the logo to um, just be super. We wanted to build this really professional, really excellent, classy experience, and we wanted the design elements to reflect that.
Very
And
certain.
so that's pretty much what we did. So we took a look at a lot of logos, and the ones that we really love, like Apple and IBM and Airbnb, and we kind of wanted to emulate those, and draw inspiration from that, and just show people that we care. We care enough to put the design elements in our website, and we care about your stuff and your furniture and everything you've loved, and we want to find that a good home. And so we want to build that trust from the beginning.
Uh, you just mentioned Airbnb, and when I was looking at your website, I saw all the photos you click with your customers, and that actually reminded me of Airbnb because I had read that the founders of Airbnb went to the places of their initial customers, clicked the photos of their places themselves. So that reminded me a lot of Airbnb. They like their story, how they started out. So was that in the back of the mind when you guys were doing it?
Yes, and I have a maybe not so obvious confession to make, but Brian Chesky, Joe Gebbia, and Nate Parzak, those guys are our heroes. Basically, they're the guys who are the guys, right? So
Yeah.
that we draw huge inspiration from them, and we want to service the customers, in exactly the ways that they did. And living here in Silicon Valley, you hear stories about how they went out of their way to
Yeah.
delight users at every single step. Um, so that's something we aspire to. So that I take that as a huge compliment. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and talking about Airbnb, I read a lot of Paul Graham's essays, and he said this that the idea for Airbnb wasn't just very good, but it was the founding team, and he really believed in the relationships among themselves, and like the expression you're giving, I take you also read Paul Graham's essays.
Exactly. Yes. Delight users, do things that don't scale. This is our lifeblood. I can't believe that we get to talk about this. I'm gushing. This is awesome.
Yeah, this is real. We should connect over LinkedIn and keep in touch. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. So we love Paul Graham, and he's the inspiration for this. I watched a video when I was a sophomore in college, and a little more about me. So yeah, I watched the video, YC video. I think a lecture from Paul Graham is like how to start a startup. And honestly, that blew my mind. And I told John, I said, my friend John, my co-founder, said, we have to do this. We have to do this. This is perfect. And so that was the start of it, and we've been working together for like the last 5 years on lots of different ideas and different companies, and this is, yeah, culmination.
Okay, so Jack, a little about you. I was going to ask this, but now you bring up yourself, so I'm going to ask this right now. You
Yep.
also founded two more startups before, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pollinate Class clutch. Yeah, the class. I didn't look up pollinate, but I looked up class clutch, and that was a really that was actually a nice idea because I hear college students all the time. I didn't get this class I wanted to. It got really full quickly. The software for our college is now working. It's a lame one, but you left it. So tell us little about that.
Right. So, I mentioned that John and I had been working on startups since we were sophomores in college. So that was like 5 years ago. So those were just different ideas. So Pollinate and Class Clutch were different startup ideas that we had tried and then pivoted from those ideas. And so, like you said, Class Clutch was we basically were able to hack the registration system by basically figuring out when spots would open up, and then we would text students as soon as the spots open up. So if you needed to get into biology 101 and there's no full spots, as soon as one opens up, we would shoot you a text. So that was that. And basically, we pivoted into our current idea when we were moving out of college. We were moving from Chicago to the Bay Area, to Silicon Valley, and we had all this stuff. We had an apartment filled with stuff, and we tried to sell it on Facebook Marketplace. We tried to sell it on OfferUp, all the usual suspects, but we, for the life of us, couldn't manage to sell it, and we were just so disappointed. And we were like, hey, we can write software, we can build products that people like to use, like Class Clutch. Let's try that. Why not why not do a moonshot? Why not, take on Facebook? Why not, really try to build something better and innovate? And so, yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah, so you build it for yourself. I mean, that's also a good thing. One of the prerequisites for building a product. You build it for yourself first, and find a lot of people like yourself. Yeah.
Exactly.
You're on
Exactly.
the, you're on the track. Ticking a lot of boxes.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. I mean, that means a lot. Yeah.
So, of course, now the obvious question: why C? I mean, do you?
So yeah, so YC is something we love to be a part of. We've applied, I think, 4 different times. We've not gotten in yet. The last time we applied, we got an interview, so that was super awesome. So we were super stoked about that. We, however, did not get selected, but we're going to keep trying. We're going to keep applying, and I think someday, they'll have to let us in. they'll have to say, these guys, they applied, 10, 20 times. We've got to let them in. They're just going to keep annoying us.
Guys again,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I have a lot of questions. I mean,
No, keep them coming. I'm really enjoying this. This is making my day. This is
Okay.
really making my day.
Thank you so much. That's okay. What about helpers? I mean, the price that comes at the moment you select items. The price of the helpers, it's built in the price of the truckload, or no? Are they charged for separately?
Sorry, say that again.
The price of the helpers. I mean, is it built in the price of the truckload, or no? Are they paid for separately by the customers?
No, it's built in.
It's built in. All right.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, yeah, and one thing I also have to talk about, as I was adding items, it was telling me that you have this much space left on your truck, and and there were a lot of items. So how did you do that? I mean, did you take the dimensions for all items yourself? I mean, how does that work?
So yeah, that's a great point. We did a little bit of analysis based on our own experience, right? So we've been doing all these jobs. So we kind of went through the line items, and we went through the items that we were going to offer for removal, and we basically gave them like a score, pretty much. And then we just weight that and basically sum it all up, and then that's where we get that percentage. So it's like, okay, maybe this one gets, it's a couch, so it's going to take up most of the truck, so it gets like a 7 out of 10, for example. And then, this is a mattress, so even though it's big, you can always, put it on top, strap it
Yeah.
down, and basically put it on top of the truck. So that's, maybe 2 or 3. So that's how we came up with that.
It's still a hack. I mean,
What?
it's still a hack. You just got a way around it instead of picking up a inch tape and doing it yourself.
Yeah. We just we just put it together like that.
You guys are hackers, so just
Yeah,
finding a
we're definitely yeah.
yeah, absolutely nice. Okay, you know, uh, I actually ran out of questions because we talked all of them and just so quickly. So yeah, ran up a lot
Great.
of
Well,
questions.
my co-founder, he might have questions for you. Maybe you have questions for him. I think he's standing notes here. Do you want me to grab him? He's just he just got back, and he wants to talk to you too.
Yeah, bring him in,
Okay,
Jonathan.
great. I'll grab John. Hey, Ramil. I'm back.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hey, how's it
How's it
going?
going?
Good.
We were just talking about, so he's interviewing us for a podcast he's doing,
Oh,
and
sweet.
we all share something in common. We all read Hologram.
We're big fans. Yeah.
Yeah, so really had a nice conversation with Jack here, talked a lot about YC and Airbnb guys. And it was a really nice conversation with Jack, really nice talking about them. And so, Jonathan, actually, describe a little about your relationship because of course, you guys are co-founders. When did you guys first meet, and talk me through that stage?
Yeah, me and Jack. So we met, I would say, actually, we were seniors in high school. And there was one visit day to U Chicago. And we both did ROTC. I'm not sure if Jack had mentioned that. But we went to this training session in the morning. And we were the two new guys who everyone was excited to meet. But we didn't really know each other. And I think we said just like hi and not much else. And then come the fall, it was like, oh, I remember you a little bit. And from there, it was a lot easier to be friends because we had that day together, I would say, when we were in high school. And then,
That's
yeah.
usually how it goes with guys. Yeah.
Huh?
Just that's how usually it goes with guys. Hey, yeah, that's why this is my guy. This is my person. That's it.
Exactly.
So tell me about how are things going at Rec right now? I mean, are you guys are still acquiring users? You guys are putting out ads, or it's still just word of mouth and organic?
Yeah, it's going really well actually. So we basically launched 2 weeks ago. We launched our app that you used, and since then, so from the first week to the second week, we saw a 12% revenue growth. So we were super excited about that, and we want to keep those numbers up. So we're like working night and day to acquire customers any way we can, like through cold outreach, through word of mouth. We're like we're delighting the users. We're going to their houses and we're giving them flowers and, you know, maybe, you know, depending on their interests. So we learn about their interests. Like this one guy, he loves beer, so we got a, you know, a ton of beer, and so we're trying to delight users so that they tell their friends, and we can grow and basically provide the best experience possible.
Yeah, we are having some internet problems. Can you guys hear me?
Yep,
Yep.
I can hear you.
Yeah, so, I mean, doing everything that's in the essay from Paul Graham, do things that don't scale, right?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I do hope you guys do get in YC. I mean, of course, I know how it means to me when you all read all those essays for Paul Graham and read all the stories about Airbnb guys and you know, similar companies. Even with DoorDash, those guys. I mean, there were 4 or 5 founders, and they also did deliveries themselves. So you know, it's really cool to you know, really cool and exciting to work on your own idea. Even if it's just, you know, doing all the things you know you shouldn't be doing, and you can really, you know, find someone else to do it. But you know, it's the feeling to do it yourself is just, you know, it's next level, something else.